As we told you at the top of the show, the El Paso County Assessor's Office has had over 11,000 appeals so far. Pueblo, they've received more than 1,600 so far. The Teller County Assessor tells us they've received 700. They say they expect to have around 2,000 by that June 8th deadline. In Fremont County, 163 so far.
So just how successful is this appeal process? If you file an appeal, how likely is it to happen? Well, we got those numbers from the county assessor's office, and over the past 5 years in El Paso County in 2018, 629 appeals were filed. Of those, 61% were adjusted, 39% were denied. Now in 2019, over 5,000 appeals were filed. More than half of them were adjusted, 45% denied. In 2020, over 600 appeals filed, only 31% were adjusted, 66% denied. In 2021, almost 4,000 appeals filed, 51% were adjusted, 48% denied. And finally, last year, 468 appeals were filed, only 20% were adjusted, whereas 79% were denied. There are fewer appeals in these even years because it is not a reappraisal year. Now, I spoke with a local realtor. She made a call on social media to help out anyone with their property value appeals. She says she's helped with nearly 200 appeals so far and is helping out hundreds more.
And the stories behind it are heartbreaking. A lot of them are seniors, they're teachers, they're giving everything that they have right back to the students. They're people on fixed income, disabled veterans, just those that can't afford a 40 to 50% increase overall on their taxes.
Vernisha Pastori is concerned over these values. She says she's seen discrepancies based on the data she has access to. She believes there are issues with the system that need to be addressed. One of which is the county's Compare tool, which people are using to try and appeal their home values by getting a look at comparable home prices. In some cases, she's found when she searches a property, it shows up as unavailable. I took that question to El Paso County Assessor Mark Flucher about this today. He says this is happening especially with rural properties that have multiple residences on a parcel. He gave an example of a place with an old farmhouse and then a new home being built on that property. And it's not just necessarily something that's likely to be fixed just because this is how that online system works. But he said, here's what you should do if this does happen to you. He said, go to the assessor's website, click on parcel and sale data, then head to reappraisal sale data, then look at the sales reports for your property. You can download a spreadsheet to then find your property there.
People that are in Colorado can't afford to live in Colorado.
That's how Pastori feels about some of the appeals she's been helping with. Now, these numbers based off of home sale prices at the end of June 2022. County assessor says at that time, home market was extremely active. The realtor called it the height of the real estate market. In some cases, homes had multiple offers within an hour, and there were, of course, bidding wars. It's something the assessor has been seeing over time.
All that competition between buyers really sent prices soaring. I had been surprised for 2 years because I saw it happening. Yeah. But yes, I was. Yes. Even in my own neighborhood, I couldn't believe what people were putting their homes on the market for.
And the assessor says realtors are a good resource if you are looking to appeal your property value. If you're a property owner, you should have already received your assessment notice as they were sent out at the beginning of the month. If you have not received it, reach out to the assessor's office. The assessor said if there's a reason the office has to generate a new notice, property owners will have 30 days to appeal from when they received it. Flucher said this is more typical for new construction in the area. The other concern here is the audit for these home values. The State Board of Equalization does an audit on home values for every county after reappraisal. If they are deemed to not be within 95 to 105% of the sale price, the state could then come in and reassess properties on a neighborhood basis or countywide, and that would come at the expense of the county.